Hello?
Hello, Rick.
Yes.
Hi, my name's Bill Hernandez. I'm the editor at rockbandreviews.com and Entertainment Takeout in Fort Lauderdale. How are you today?
I'm all right.
Good. I was talking to Ken yesterday, and he said around this time would be a good time to do a quick interview. Are you good to go?
Yeah, we can talk now for a bit.
Yeah, I just need a couple minutes of your time, and then we'll build a nice article around the interview, get it up on the internet this evening in advance of your performance this Sunday at the Broward Center for the Performing Arts here in beautiful Fort Lauderdale.
Excellent.
Awesome. I'll just jump right into it. As a young guy growing up, did you know that you wanted to be in the entertainment business?
I knew I wanted to play guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And where that would lead me, I didn't know at that time. All I knew at 9 years old, I wanted to play guitar.
When was the first time you actually picked up a guitar?
Well, my brother and I had a guitar, an acoustic guitar. We used to use more as a toy than anything else. You know, we would hit each over the head with it and things like that.
Sure.
But we really didn't use it as a musical instrument. But then I saw my uncle play. He was a guitarist, and he brought a guitar, an electric guitar, and an amplifier into our kitchen once. I was probably about 8 at that time, and he actually sat down, plugged that thing in, and played real music. And I believe it had such a personal impact, the fact that I just saw music being created from nothing, and the fact that that music could move you in a personal way, being so close to it, that it just really impacted me, and I decided I wanted to play guitar. So my parents, in answer to that, got me a guitar for my 9th birthday.
Awesome.
And I've been playing ever since.
What a great investment. As a guitar player, are you self-taught?
Oh, pretty much, you could say that, but that really makes it really a selfish kind of statement. I was taught by every person that I could find to show me anything. Every guitar player I ran across who would show me something, I asked them to show me something. My uncle, as I said, was a guitarist. He showed me a lot right from the get-go. We found a guy who was a mechanic at the local Ford garage who we heard played guitar, so my dad took me over to his house, talked him into showing me some stuff right away. Then I did find music teachers, and we're from a small little town in Ohio, but we did find local teachers and stuff who I went to occasionally and got lessons from them. So being self-taught sounds rather selfish when you take into consideration the fact that I sought out lessons from everybody who would show me anything about the guitar.
Of course, of course. Now, growing up, who were some of the musical artists that influenced you and your musical style as well?
Well, my parents had a big collection of 78 RPM records.
Yes.
Before the 45s even came around. So I heard a lot of things that really influenced me. Spike Jones.
Yes.
Was since I was such a little kid, Spike Jones was, you don't want to say comedy, but because he was such a fabulous musician and had such great bands. But he played kind of funny music. He'd take songs, parody them, create his own parody music. And I heard a lot of Spike Jones when I was a kid. And I think that influenced me also in a positive way to take on the Weird Al Yankovic stuff when that time came around.
Sure.
But then there was Les Paul and Mary Ford. We had a lot of Les Paul and Mary Ford in their collection, so I heard a lot of them growing up. But then Chet Atkins was certainly a big influence as a little kid from that time period.
Now, your voice is also your instrument. What, if anything, do you do to maintain your vocals?
Well, at some point in my life, I found out that just getting a cold or things like that, sneezing, coughing, can really screw up your voice, can really wreck your throat. So the first thing you have to learn is how to cough without dramatically destroying your voice.
Sure.
So there are conscious things that I've learned to do over the years that really try to save my vocal, first of all. And then I did take lessons periodically a few times, and that taught me things to do to really enhance the fact that I am a singer. In some ways, the singer is more in the forefront than the guitar player.
Right.
So you're right. A lot of times people acclaim me as some guitar player, and they forget the fact that there are very few songs that have ever been successful, and none by me, that were just instrumentals. So I'm first and foremost a singer, and then a guitarist.
Exactly. Now, Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo. Talk about a life-changing song for you, Edgar Winter Band. How did that song come about? What was going through your head when you wrote that?
Well, I had, first of all, decided at some point, even before the McCoys, that I wrote songs. My mom drilled it into our heads. She was kind of our initial instructor into everything musical, and she drilled it into our heads that you can write songs, and I don't know how she knew that I was going to need that, but she taught us as little kids the kind of basic rules of how you can write songs, and so I became a songwriter right away. And one of the things that when I joined Johnny Winter's band, that they brought me aboard and then said that you're going to be able to help Johnny is as a songwriter. So he wanted to become more of a rock and roll. He wanted to join more of that rock and roll world because he was just pegged as a total full-time blues guy.
Yeah.
And I was in the danger in McCoys of becoming known as bubblegum music in an era that was becoming known as bubblegum music.
Sure.
And the McCoys were dangerously near being, pegged as that. So we wanted to get out of that. We wanted to become more legit. And Johnny wanted to become more rock.
Sure.
So one of the things they said was, can you write Johnny some kind of songs that would, enhance that need and desire. So I said, okay, well, let's see what we can do. So if he wants to become more rock, well, one of the first things we could do, in the title we could say rock and roll. And he's coming from a blues base, and he doesn't want to be uncomfortable talking when he says these lyrics that I'm going to be writing. So, well, how would he still be comfortable? So blues bass, what do they say in blues? They say hoochie coo.
Right.
So I came up with a title, just Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo. And I had no idea what Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo was going to be about. And in some ways, I'm still trying to explain to people what it's about today. Lyrically, it just includes things from my childhood, memories from places I played and musicians I played with, and all kinds of things like that. And, of course, we want it to be a little sexy, so it includes stuff like that. But in general, it was just a purely intellectual exercise to, like I said, include Johnny's desires and my desires in one song. And it ended up being called Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo.
Well, it's certainly a staple on anybody's classic rock playlist, that's for sure.
That's good. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, final question. Once you complete the tour with Hippie Fest, what's next for you? Are you writing any new material? Any new albums coming out? What's going on?
We're in the process of making this pledge. This is my 50th anniversary, and we're compiling a list of all the songs I've either recorded myself or been part of, recording on other people's stuff, or producing them, and it's such a huge long list. What we're saying is that I may not record any more music at this point. We may just rest on our laurels. We are working on one song right now, and we might call that our final song at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And that song is one, I won't tell the name of it yet. We're almost finished, but when we finish it and toss it out there, we'll proudly unveil it because we think it's very commercial and very timely, very quirky, and an interesting song that everybody's going to like. So all I'm going to say at this point is we've got one that we're going to just really be proud of, that we're getting ready to unleash to the world. And for now, we're saying that's the last one.
Wonderful. We're certainly going to look forward to that. And I thank you so much, Rick, for your time and consideration for doing an interview with us today. We're also going to be reviewing the Hippie Fest live performance this Sunday. And I've never seen it before. And in 22 years of covering rock concerts, I have never seen you perform live. So I'm really very excited.
Oh, great. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And hope you have a great time.
Awesome. Can we come back and say hi before or after?
Please do.
Wonderful.
Please do.
I look forward to it. Thank you again.
Okay.
Safe travels and Godspeed to you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, buddy.